Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rachak Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom and peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. We're in Jeremiah 50 and verse 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Babylon. Right, Babel, confusion, the land of confusion, that being Babylon the Great, so-called United States of America. That's identified according to the scriptures as Babylon the Great. Right, that's the kingdom wherein both kingdoms of Israel would be oppressed together. There's no point in history you can point to the kingdom of Judah, right, the Jews, and the kingdom of the south, right, the northern kingdom. Sorry, the kingdom of the south. Kingdom of the south is the Jews, the kingdom of Judah, right, and then the kingdom of north, or the kingdom of Israel, house of Israel, being oppressed together. There's no chronicled history of that. Even if you go back to, these times, Jeremiah, there's no history of Babylon, right, ancient Babylon having both kingdoms in subjugation, right? No one can point to that. And if you can, right, let's go into it. Because a lot of ad hominems, about individuals or on a secular level, you can try and disprove, from an atheistic, secular, humanistic perspective. But scripturally, for them that hold to the scriptures, them that are calling themselves the children of Israel today are never questioned. But when someone of our, phenotype, genotype does it, everyone is a fucking biblical scholar out of nowhere. But no one ever checks, to go through this historical, prophetic document, tooth and nail. Is it tooth and nail or with a fine tooth comb? Whichever it is, they don't do it, right? So, therefore he, the counsel of Yahweh, that he hath taken against Babylon and his purposes, that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Right, the Chaldeans, go look up that, back to the time of ancient Babylon. The great sorcerers, the great witches. So surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Right, so the least, those scattered, among E, and we're going into, E, and we're going into who? Amalek. So surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And let's prove Babylon is linked to E, because exactly the same thing is said here, Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Right, so why is it being said once about Edom, once about Babylon? Because those that are in control of Babylon, those that are in a rulership position of and over Babylon the Great, would be that E, right? That's aforementioned right there. Okay, and that's what you're seeing within, current events. As prophesied, aforetime. First, let's hit this. Luke 21. Right, Luke 21. Where is it? Trodden down. Alright, and these are going into the last days, so we will, we'll read up. We're sort of jumping around a bit. Hebrew hopscotch, as your boy Vocab would have it. Right, so Luke 21 and 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So us saying a different people are trodden down, possessing, ruling over the Holy Land is not a foreign concept, although it may be foreign to those that are foreign to prophetic biblical documents, right? It may be very foreign to those who have taken on, a false or pseudo-biblical doctrine, right? It sounds like the book, or it's out of these false books, but there's nothing in the book that says those would return to the land holistically, as a people group prior to the return of Hamashiach. And there's even some of them, right, that are deemed, the children of Israel by the mainstream today that will agree with us on this. And it's not even to say that those in the land today don't have Israelites among them. right? That's not what's being said at all. Hey, even some people we know are Jake, and they know they're Jake, right? Are there, but holistically, we as a nation are still in bondage, right? In the land of the north, and in all the lands whither we were driven to, according to prophecy. They shall fall by the edge of the sword in the time of, was it 66 through 70 AD, right? The fall of Jerusalem, the abomination of desolation. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Right? First, it happened in the time of the Greeks. That's one of them. Then it happened in the time of Romans. Right? And a lot of Jake out there, and we say Jake, because you ain't Israel yet, man. You haven't graduated, man. Right? Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Greeks. No, sorry, Persians, then got slewed by who? The Greeks and the Romans. So everyone believes that there's all these books, all going into the judgment upon this, the judgment upon that, the judgment upon this. But you mean to say the Greco-Roman Empire, as it is worldwide, even to this day, has no judgment prescribed by the Heavenly Father in the book, knowing the atrocities that have been committed, the trespasses that have been committed. You can take a simple thing, right? The land Sabbath. That may be, to some, well, to many, to the majority today, that would be, a crazy thing to get judged for. But not in the eyes of the Lord, right? The wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. Even things to us, who are in the faith, certain things may have initially seemed very, different, very out there. It may have been a tough pill to swallow at first. But, we're coming back. It's not about conforming what's written aforetime to fit how we feel today. It's about adapting our lifestyles to what we can reasonably, carry out, as in, the laws, the statutes, the commandments. We're not going to do some, we're not in a position of rulership. So the judgments, they don't go forth, they go forth from the Heavenly Father. We do not walk, although we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, right? So it's a spiritual battle. Things need to remain spiritual. We need to remain spiritual, especially when we're being tried, by them that are instigating a carnal reaction or looking for one. Right, so Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat up on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, or I am anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, so these are the sort of things that are being said in Luke 21 before he says, ultimately the Gentiles will be treading down the land. Right, so they're asking. I'm not going to read it all, but it's there. So these same things that were written aforetime, that were prophesied aforetime, are now coming to pass. Okay, they're now happening. They're now coming to pass. So take heed that you be not deceived. Right, and watch out for these signs. I won't make it too long. I've waffled a lot. Lord willing, some of that may be edifying unto at least one. Right, on to the next one, Lord willing. Kal halayim la Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushai b'Hashem.